Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Top work hacks that will change your life forever. Can I get a hello there? So how many of us say, yes, I'm going to work today. I'm gonna feel so amazing. No. Most of us say, oh no, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to wake up. Do you know what that does to your mind? Do you know what that does to your body? And I know because I experienced that along my early journey. There were days where I didn't want to go into work. I was trying to think of, hey, I'm ill. I can't come in today. So now we fall into lying, deceiving ourselves. And the most powerful realization I came across is that you don't have to work somewhere where you're not happy. You can work in the most amazing place. And I haven't been working since 2011. I always tell people, I don't work, I play. Because the work hacks I came across are doing what you love. That is first and foremost. Once you start taking any job just because you want to get money, just because it gives you more social status, I've seen you can run into a lot of problems. Why? Because now you start resenting where you're working. You start saying, actually, this is pointless, but I'm still here. So guess what? That makes me feel pointless. But when you do what you love and you start basing your work around what you love, you've got more motivation, you've got more health, you've got more energy, you wake up smiling. Look, I wasn't smiling this much 20 years ago. Actually, I was. No, I wasn't smiling this much about 10 years ago. I was crying because that's what happens when we feel boxed in. But once you start doing what you love, immediately you feel like you can just take on whatever life sends your way. When you don't like your job and then someone shouts at you, you think, actually, it's their fault. No, it's your job. It's your work. That's why you're really pissed off. And they have just put the icing on the cake. So doing what you love has changed my life in phenomenal ways. Whatever your hobbies, your talents, your interests, I've seen once you find work around that, it does wonders. And then I always remind myself that this is the Aquarian Age. We are in the information age. This is the age of sharing, growing, but more so becoming a content creator. Once you just take a look at all of these platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that's great. But once again, what are you doing to utilize your own creative force within yourself? Are you just watching? Don't just watch me. No, I'll tell you, honestly, start creating your own channel. And once you do, you'll even have more appreciation for people that are creating stuff out there. Because it's kind of overwhelming, I know. So many videos, so many pictures. Everyone is just sharing stuff right now. But the stuff you are sharing, ask yourself, how is it serving me? How is it helping me become my greatest version? How can I create abundance out of this? I don't use Facebook. I don't use, what's it called again? Facebook? Yeah, I don't use Facebook for personal reasons. I just use it to share a message which is going to inspire people. And I have a small address book for friends I call and stuff. But a lot of us, we're just there wasting time. Becoming a content creator is not about wasting time. It's about creating time till we get to the point where we see time is an illusion. So you have as much time as you want to do whatever you love. But it only happens once you start producing and not just consuming, once you get ideas going. Because a lot of us, and this was me along my early journey, you would go to somewhere to work And you don't realize you're spending, sometimes I was spending 12 hours in one place. And I was getting paid peanuts. But guess what? I had spent so many years studying for this work. My heart wasn't in it, but I thought, hey, I need to do this because I have to justify what I've been studying for. But once you become a content creator and start sharing whatever you're passionate about, now you enter what I call the law of exchange. Whatever you send out is going to come back to you 10 times. I've seen it along my journey. But for that, you need confidence. You need a big ego. That helps. Self-esteem. You got to see yourself in the highest regard. That's the only way to have the bravery to start becoming a content creator. The third hack, look, the 9 to 5 is not the only way. I used to feel the 9 to 5 was the only way to create and make a living. Then I realized, wait a minute, society has it backwards. Because 9 to 5, the sun is out. If you're in a cold climate, you still see the beautiful sky. You got the prana. It's daytime hours. So we are working in daytime hours. That is the time to be recharging in nature. And that's what I'm doing right now. Along my journey, 9 to 5, those hours, no. I am in nature most of the time. And we can do it. But at the same time, I've seen you've got to be smart. When everyone's going right, you got to take a left, quick turn. Because just as long as we're following what other people are doing. Look, one of the biggest websites, Twitter, is based on what? Following. So you can see how this is deeply etched in our psyche to follow what everyone else is doing. But you see, 9 to 5, whose world are you helping to create? If you're not creating your world, you're helping to build someone else's. So I said, wait a minute, I don't want to work a lot because wealthy people don't work, they supervise. The more I used to work, I found out that I was wasting energy. Now I receive energy. But wait a minute, I'm not working. Then what am I doing? I'm creating a lifestyle that feels so good. That's what I'm doing. Another hack is that's helped me, may help you. Work with people in your field. You see, all of us living in a separated society, we want to work for ourselves. That's why a lot of us are still in that poverty mindset. The moment I started to, even here on YouTube, I've had so many different people dive deep, amazing people. Lennon Honor, Fully Raw Christina, Teal, Elliot Hulse, all of these, Sonia Barrett, amazing people, because they're doing similar things. Not exactly what I'm doing, but once you work together, you realize it benefits everybody. There are amazing people doing amazing things in a similar field to us. So how about we all connect and work together? Now you have unity consciousness, but more so, people get inspired when they see everyone together. It creates a kind of beautiful cinematic effect. Roll the credits. But a lot of us, no, we just want to do it all by ourselves. I don't need anybody. Go away. And now guess what? You're all by yourself. And I've just realized that these days it's all about a support network. Once you have the right support network, now you can all feed off each other's energy. You start to inspire each other. Oh, what did you create? Oh, what did you create? It's not about competition, guys. It's about cooperation. It's about teamwork and community. And the last hack, which has helped me in a big way, is to realize that many times when we are working so hard, we are slaving away, and hey, if you love your job, be grateful, because it's all about what your work means to you. But at the same time, many times we are creating limitations. We want our work to be one thing, work. So I've seen once you turn your work into your lifestyle, that is the secret. Once you become your work, once you can't separate your work from yourself, now you are working all the time. What am I talking of here? Passive income. And this is a powerful tool when you talk about work hacks. For instance, a lot of people write ebooks. Fantastic. So they can be on the beach, they can be jogging, running around, skinny dipping and whatnot. And guess what? They're getting paid. The greatest feeling in the world is to do what you love and get paid for it. It's not about the money. It's about realizing that being free is your birthright. We are the only species that has to pay to live and eat, but we're supposed to be the most intelligent. So once you start creating passive income and multiple streams of sharing your greatness and abundance, you're not just stuck on one possibility. In a sea of infinite possibilities, there can't just be one possibility. There can't just be one way. So that's what's helped me along my journey. Spread your talent, share your greatness, and don't let fear stop you, because I always say, it doesn't matter how fast you go, how hard you work, just as long as you are vibrating in your heart space, because now you live in infinite abundance. Have a beautiful day. We are here, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.